Hey, customers, welcome back to another episode of Fast Film, where we cover all the news and reviews just for you. This week, we're going to be doing August 7th through 13th. For trailers this week, one of the biggest one that came out is The Changeling. That's going to be Apple TV's new show. It's starring Lakeith Stanfield. His character is going to be trying to find his abducted wife and child. There's definitely a horror and suspense side of this show. Looks pretty interesting. Apparently, his wife made a wish with made three wishes with this mysterious woman in Brazil. Then they get taken. It's supposed to have some fairy tale stuff to it as well. Kind of looks interesting. It's going to be coming on September 8th.
And we also have Fair Play. It's a story about a new couple who work together and seem to be trying to keep it on the down low. And apparently a higher ranked coworker abruptly quits their job. So now they're both thinking, they're like, oh, the male's going to get this job. And apparently he does not. The female gets it. And it becomes just a violent, just conundrum between them where they don't both agree that the other person should get the job. It looks pretty interesting. I won't lie. I don't really like it. I get kind of like 50 Shades of Grey kind of vibe from it, but I'll watch it. It also has Alden Ehrenreich, who played Han Solo, but I'll watch it. It looks pretty interesting. It's going to be out in theaters, in select theaters in September, and it's also going to be releasing on Netflix shortly after.
He was also in Oppenheimer. We also got a trailer for The Continental. It's finally getting one for this. It is coming soon. We covered a little bit when I was down at Comic-Con because I got to see the panel with some of this stuff, but seeing an actual trailer. This is going to be coming out on September 22nd. It's the first night of a 3-night event. They're going to be doing it every Friday, I believe. Looks pretty good. I'm definitely going to be checking it out. The clips I saw looked awesome, so that'll be coming out next month, and we'll be watching it for sure.
And we also have another horror movie about childhood games. It looks a little weird. It kind of is a mixture between Evil Dead and Truth or Dare kind of thing. They have a dagger where it looks like the Kandarian dagger, kind of like from Evil Dead. And it's a group of teens that find the knife, and then it's just about them getting possessed, and one of them gets possessed, and they have to play games between the hangman and all that kind of shit, like childhood games, and they just kind of try to survive it. And now they have to fucking find a way to defeat the demon. It looks interesting, but not great. It doesn't look that great of a movie, but we'll see. It's supposed to come out soon. I don't have an exact date for it, but we'll see how it comes out. It's going to be out in Hulu, I guess, but I don't know.
Yeah, talking about another movie that doesn't look too great. We have Vacation Friends 2 got a trailer. The first one was all right. It was kind of funny. I mean, John Cena's great, in comedy roles, so he does a good job.
Good.
Then we got Lil Rel is in this as well, and he's great. I didn't even know they were making a second one of these, and this is coming to Hulu on August 25th. So we also that one soon.
I don't know. I like John Cena in comedies. He's pretty funny in comedies.
I like Lil Rel too. He's great.
Lil Rel is good too.
Yeah.
But we also have El Conde. It's a Netflix released trailer. It's filmed in black and white, and it's about a dictator whose name is Augusto Pinocchio. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he died in 2006, and this movie's about him pretty much not having died, and he's been alive for 250 years. He's a fucking vampire, and it's a dark humor movie. It looks pretty interesting. It looks pretty fucking funny, but he's lived for 250 years, and he finally wants to die. He does not want to live anymore, and he's just kind of trying to figure out a way to die. But it looks very interesting. It's all in Spanish. It's not in English, so you're going to have to read. If you can read, you gotta read. If you can't read, then fuck you. God bless you. But it's gonna be in theaters in September, with also release on Netflix shortly after that. So let's get into some headlines after that.
Yeah, we're also going to cover some more Dracula stuff a little later in this episode. But for headlines this week, recently there was that movie Talk to Me. It's getting a lot of praise from a lot of people, especially Peter Jackson recently came out and said it's not good. It's very, very good. So it sounds like as soon as that came out, they decided we're going to put a second one in the works. I haven't seen the first one at all. It's supposed to be good, though, so I'm going to be checking it out when I can. Hopefully it'll be on a streamer soon.
Yeah, and apparently, Talk to Me's been nominated the best horror movie of the year.
Really? Yeah. Well, hopefully, we'll find a way to see it soon. We can talk about it.
Yeah, but we also have Uncharted 2. It's in the works. Apparently, it's in the works. I had no idea. The first one was good. I didn't know it was going to be in the works, but hey, fuck it. We're going to get some Tom, what's his name? Tom Hiddleston? Holland.
Hiddleston's Loki.
Tom Holland. We're gonna get some Tom Holland in this shit.
Yeah.
That little beautiful white man. But also Tyrese Gibson is suing fucking Home Depot. He's suing Home Depot for $1 million, and not reparations or anything like that, but he's suing them because apparently he went to Home Depot and people were acknowledging that that's holy shit, that's Tyrese Gibson, that's the guy from Fast and Furious. And so he left. He left his entourage behind, and he left his credit card behind with him. And the cashier could not take the payment because she needed a ID for his payment, but he wasn't there. So his entourage called him on FaceTime, and she wouldn't take the payment still, so she wouldn't do it. So he got angry and he blew up. He started name dropping like, I'm Tyrese, I'm from fucking Fast and Furious, I'm Baby Boy and all that shit. But no, she wouldn't take the payment. And so he's suing them for $1 million because
for discrimination.
Yeah, for discrimination, which is kind of stupid. But for me, like I've been on not either side because I'm not famous and I'm not black and I'm not rich or anything. But he's suing them because of discrimination. But as a fucking previous like customer service worker, I've been there before. Like you can't really process payments without an identification, no matter what kind of thing. Yeah. So I'm on that side kind of thing, but I'm also on his side too as well, because yes, we know who you are. We know what you've done. But at the same time, this is my job. We got to do this. We got to protect our fucking way of living. So I don't know. It's kind of a mixture of where to go with. Please let us know what you think, what you would do if you were the cashier. Let us know.
Yeah. Probably our weirdest headline of this week is this Gal Gadot and Wonder Woman 3 thing. I believe while she's been advertising that movie Heart of Stone that Luis is going to be covering later, she said she met with James Gunn and that they said like, yeah, we're going to do Wonder Woman 3. You're in great hands. And now it's already come out that like that never happened. So I don't know what's going on with this shit. Like if this is actually happening or not. It's so weird. But I mean, I like her as Wonder Woman, even though she's like, a not great actress. She's too stiff, and I'm sure that's going to be part of your complaint when we get into it.
I fucking hate that movie.
But yeah, this Wonder Woman thing is just getting weirder by the day. It's kind of strange.
It's a little shitty.
Yeah.
But on an average, a Hollywood CEO has earned $32.6 million in 2002. SAG-AFTRA proposed a deal with AMPTP was estimated to cost each about $23 million. I find it's funny with Bobby Iger's comments this week that he's personally committed with a fervent hope that quickly find solutions to the issues that we have kept us apart the past few months. Fuck that shit. This is after he had previously said anything the writers and actors asked for was unrealistic. Fuck that shit. Dude, The shit that he's asking for is unrealistic. These people are trying to make a fucking living. They're trying to fucking support their families. You got to fucking pay them as an employer. Fuck you. You're making millions of dollars a year. Fuck you.
Yep.
Just fuck you in general. Pay your fucking workers. These people are working for you. You wouldn't have your fucking shit without them, kind of thing.
Yep.
Sorry.
We've definitely said our piece on how we feel about these strikes, which is kind of interesting to get into this next headline. Marvel Studios, who is part of Bob Iger's whole thing because he's the Disney guy, their video effects team has finally voted to unionize. I mean, they've already been getting screwed over a lot with like short turnarounds for having to get stuff done. So it's kind of interesting to see that this is also starting now with them and the video effects artists. I mean, they definitely should unionize. Hopefully this works out for them and they can make a deal that actually pays off. So let's get into some reviews this week. So to start off, I watched Winning Time. It's about the Lakers dynasty. This is the second season. I watched that whole first season in a day. Like, it's awesome. It's all about like the Lakers in the 1980s and how they like the dynasty they created then. It's, it's got all about Jerry Buss when he bought the team and did all of that. It's also, the first season follows Magic Johnson when he's being drafted. So he's a rookie. And I mean, it's a great show. It's set in the 80s and they even make it look like it was shot in the 80s. Like it looks like almost home footage of everything. It's great. John C. Reilly's fantastic. I mean, you just can't go wrong. Adrian Brody's in it. He's great. Great performances from everybody. It's kind of like anything from HBO. It's probably just going to be dope, and it's definitely a dope. So you can definitely check that out on HBO now.
Okay, and so for me, I enjoy sports. I'm not a big sports fan. I'm not like my fellow co-host here, Frank. He loves sports. He's a big sports fanatic. Mm-hmm. Every fucking day he's watching sports. But for me, I was a little hesitant when it came to me watching the Untold Netflix like series of Johnny Manziel because I'm like, I don't fucking like. I know who he is. I know about sports, but no, watching this shit was a really good time. It's only an hour and 12 minutes, and it's a great fucking ride. I don't know sports, so this whole documentary kind of just walk you through the whole process of it. You don't really have to fucking know it to understand it, and Johnny Manziel, Johnny fucking football, apparently is a bad boy of NFL. And he was crazy. Yeah. And he wasn't even in the NFL for that long.
Mm-hmm.
He was not. It's crazy. Like this dude was going to fucking like football not tryouts, but he was going to football games, hungover ass shit, and all the coaches would tell him was go out there and don't play like shit. Like this dude was a fucking badass. Like he's a fucking badass. He's smoking your dick kind of thing. This dude's dope. But he just kept fucking up. He just kept partying too much, and he just kept living that life where it fucked up his future. So now to this day, he has not played. But I won't give out too much about the show, but it's a very good documentary. It's only an hour and 12 minutes. Check it out. It's on Netflix. I'm giving this one a dope. It's really good. Johnny fucking football, you fucked up, but God bless you.
It's an interesting trivia piece is, he won, and who came in second place for the Heisman Trophy was Manti Te'o with the fake girlfriend. So
another crazy guy.
Another one. Like they were 1 and 2 in the Heisman. So for on Netflix, a couple things that I've watched this week is I checked out that new show Zombieverse. I watched the first episode. It's a Korean reality show. It's like all these people thought they were signing up for a dating show, but it's actually they're in a zombie show and they think it's supposed to be real. It's fucking bad. Like it just doesn't feel. It doesn't make sense. Like it feels so fake. Like I don't know how you could fall Asian, for it. Dude. Like it's not. Like it's actually happening. And on top of it, all I could think of the whole time watching the first episode is I've seen enough zombie stuff. Like my first instinct would be to try to find something to hit a zombie with just in case. And like the zombies are just actors, so they can't let them do that. So there's just this weird like disconnect of it can't be real enough because the actors playing zombies. So I'm going to pass on it. That's a nope for me because it felt so fake. I mean, I'm going to watch a couple more because Jessica liked it, but I'm probably just going to watch it. Probably still think the same and be done. But the good show that's come out from Netflix this week, it's called Painkiller. It's a limited series. I mean, so far it's been great. I watched the first 2 episodes. It's all about the Oxycontin epidemic and how the drug was released to the country and its effect it had on people in our country. We get to see it from multiple perspectives. We have Matthew Broderick, who's the head of the manufacturing of the pill. We have Tyler Kitsch, who's a family man that gets addicted to the pill after getting hurt on the job. We have Uzo Aduba. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. She's an investigator for the DA looking into the drug. And then we have Wes Duchovny, who's a drug rep that's been selling the drug to doctors' offices. Doing that show with this kind of perspective, like really plays out well because you're kind of seeing it from all these different points of view and what it, how it affected people's lives and what it was. I mean, it's been great. I believe it's only 6 episodes. So if you have the time, I think it's only like 4.5 hours total or something like that to watch it all. I definitely recommend it. What I've seen so far is great. One of the best things about this is each episode opens with a real person talking about their story and how a family member they lost from the Oxycontin epidemic. And I mean, that's just a great way to open every episode because they, it's a based on true events thing. So then they just kind of get into it like, this actually happened to me, and this is our story. So it's a dope. I would definitely check this out. It's interesting for sure.
God damn it. There goes my joke about fucking Matthew Broderick killing people.
Well, he's definitely the reason people die in this show.
Well, yeah. So unfortunately, I got to watch Heart of Stone this week. And fuck, I'm going to tell you straight up, this movie fucking sucks. I did not finish this movie. I have about 30 to 45 minutes left of it. And goddamn, this movie fucking sucks donkey dick. I could not get through it. As hot as Gal Gadot is, I couldn't get through this shit. Like you get the stereotypical like tropes in it where like, oh shit, you can't get out the car because you're just a fucking agent in the car, but you're not a field agent. She gets out. Like, no, this is bullshit. The CGI in this movie is so bad. It looked like they did the CGI like blurry on purpose just to like cut corners and save some money. Like, oh, we'll do CGI, but we're going to make it blurry because we don't got a fucking high definition this shit kind of thing. But no, this movie fucking sucked. I couldn't finish it. If you finished it, please let me know because I could not do it. It was very bad. Horrible movie. Fuck you, Wonder Woman. I'm giving this a nope. But I feel bad. I feel bad because I know the CGI workers probably worked hard from this, and God bless them. God bless them, motherfuckers. But good luck if you're going to try to watch this movie.
So the movie I saw in theaters this week is The Voyage of the Demeter. It's starring Corey Hawkins, Liam Cunningham, and David Dastmalchian. I can't know if that's saying it right. I actually got to see him at Comic-Con, though. This story takes place when Dracula is being shipped to England, which is part of the original Dracula novel, and even kind of they mention it in the Bram Stoker's Dracula movie from 92. The idea of taking just one section of the story and making it into its own movie, it's really good. We get to see Dracula stalking them each night on the voyage and taking one person out every night. I mean, the design of Dracula was awesome. I thought he was really creepy and done well. I enjoyed this movie, but I do have one real complaint. Their plan to kill Dracula didn't make any sense, but I won't get too into that. You can watch it for yourself. I do wish that the end of the movie, because we do, of course, if it's going to continue the story, we know Dracula has to make it to England. We get to see Dracula in a bar, and he turns to face the camera, and I really wished it was Gary Oldman. Just like it would have been so great to tie it to that movie. But this movie does get a dope from me, and if you want to hear us talk more about Bram Stoker's Dracula from 1992, I have an interview with David Goldrake, and that's the movie we talked about for his episode of Special Screening. You should be able to click on the link below to get into that. But Voyage of the Demeter gets a dope from me for sure.
Goldrake's cool. Yeah. Goldrake is very cool. I seen the interview. Very nice.
Yeah, I actually went and saw this movie with him too.
Oh, no shit. So he really is a vampire.
Yeah, he's in town this week, so we went and saw it.
Okay, so for me, I know we usually thrive on watching like the newest movies and all that, but for me this week, we reviewed this trailer on the podcast before we kind of like switched things up. I watched Huesera this week, which is Spanish for the Bone Woman, and I gotta say, it's a good movie. It's not a bad movie. It's not a great movie, but it's on Shudder. Which for you that are members and you love horror, please watch this. It's not bad, but it is a pretty good movie. Like there's parts where like it's very creepy and very spooky, but it's not a great horror movie. It's not like Hereditary. God bless Hereditary. That movie is fucking great. I love that movie. This movie cannot stand up to that, but this movie is great for what it is. And it's kind of a message about women not wanting to be pregnant and not have kids. And that's why the Huesera, the Bone Woman, comes out. But it's good. It has some creepy factors to it. It's not bad. It's not in English. There's no English word spoken in this movie. It's all in Spanish. Please watch it if you can. If you have Shudder, please watch it. It's not bad. And, you know, being Mexican myself, I kind of connected more with it just because of like the intro. Like you have people crawling to church on their knees, and like a lot of people don't know that. Like in Mexico, there's a lot of like people crawling on their knees to church because they want to show like their faith to fucking God and all that, which I think is kind of bullshit because fuck religion. But whatever, that's me, not the channel. But they also have fucking yellow chicken, which is real. Mexico has yellow chicken. We don't have the white chicken you motherfuckers have out here. We have yellow chicken. But it's a good movie. Please check it out. It's not bad. If you have Shudder,
just watch it. Yeah, so for deep cuts this week, since Blue Beetle's coming out, and it's actually the first time we're getting a Hispanic superhero that's the lead. We picked out a couple Mexican movies to talk about. I did Blood In, Blood Out, which is now called Bound by Honor. Jessica had me watch this movie a couple years ago, and I really enjoyed it. It's based on the true experience of poet Jimmy Santiago Baca. The film focuses on stepbrothers Paco and Cruz and their biracial cousin Mikolo. It follows the three of them through their lives in East LA and how they all go down different paths. For those who know it as Blood In, Blood Out, the title's actually been changed by Bound by Honor because the studios thought it would incite violence in East LA. You can find this movie on Vudu and for rent on Amazon Prime. But now I'll pass it on to the man that is always trying to get some prison chon. Luis, what did you pick this week for your deep cut?
Okay, so first of all, fuck you, Frank, because I wanted to do Blood In, Blood Out. I grew up on this movie. That movie is fantastic. I'm gonna do like 2 reviews real quick on that because I love Blood In, Blood Out. Great movie. Cuidado con el chorizo. You know, fucking great movie. It's if you want. Okay, so both movies are gonna be gangster movies about pretty much growing up as a Hispanic in this country. It's fantastic. If you're Hispanic, these movies are your fucking lifeline to the fucking culture. It's fantastic. These movies are great. Blood in, Blood Out. You have a lot of fucked up shit with American Me, because that's my fucking movie for my deep cuts. American Me is my deep cuts. Both movies are great. Please watch them. American Me is about pretty much how the Mexican mafia began in prison in California, and how it just went from a street thug to just being a kingpin. It's great. Check it out. It's not for streaming for free anywhere. If you need $3.50 to fucking borrow to like rent this shit on Amazon, let me know. I'll fucking hook you up. I won't give you $3.50, but I'll give you a thumbs up. Check it out. These are great movies. But thanks again, customers. Take a look on what we got coming out this week. And please let us know what you think about everything that we spoke about today in the comments. And please like and subscribe. I'm drunk.
Yeah, you're fucking hammered, man.